Somewhere on the internet, a flood of junk traffic is racing toward one server, trying to knock it offline. The old defense meant an operator logging into every router by hand. Today, there's a faster way. The target, one ordinary server, about to be buried under traffic it never requested, from thousands of sources at once. The old defense really was this manual. Log into router 1, write a filter, log into router 2, write it again, and hope you finish before the server falls over. BGP FlowSpec throws that away. It lets a single rule match this traffic, then drop it, travel through the network the exact same way an ordinary route does. The operator writes that rule exactly once on one machine. Then BGP, the routing protocol every internet router already speaks, carries it outward, session by session, with no separate channel needed. Every router that hears the announcement starts dropping the matching flood at its own edge, before the traffic ever gets close to the target. One rule, one announcement, every router acting in the same instant. Let's watch it happen, step by step. Take 1, the flood begins, a wave of traffic converging on the target server from all directions, built to overwhelm its link before any human can react. The operator watches the pattern for only a few seconds. Same destination, same port, same packet shape over and over. That pattern is exactly what a rule needs to match. They write one FlowSpec rule, match traffic to this destination on this port, and the action is drop. It's expressed as a route, not a ticket filed with an operations team. That rule gets announced over an ordinary BGP session, the same session type that already carries this network's normal routing information every single day. BGP propagates it exactly like a route update. Router 1 receives the announcement and installs the match and drop rule directly into its own forwarding path. Router 2 receives the identical announcement over its own BGP session, seconds later, and installs the identical rule. No second login, no separate config file. Router 3 on the far edge of the network hears the same announcement too. All 3 routers now agree without ever talking to each other directly. From this moment, every router matching that traffic shape drops it immediately at its own edge, closest to where the flood entered the network, farthest from the target. The target server keeps receiving its normal, legitimate traffic. The rule matched only the flood's specific shape, nothing else. Compare the timeline. The manual approach needed 1 login per router, 1 config edit per router, verified 1 at a time. FlowSpec needed 1 announcement, heard by all of them at once. And because the rule rides inside routing itself, it reaches every router that peers with this network, including ones the operator has never personally logged into. When the flood eventually stops, the operator withdraws the rule the same way, 1 BGP update, removed everywhere the original announcement reached. No router needed a firmware change or a new feature to understand this. FlowSpec is just an extension to BGP that every participating router already speaks. FlowSpec rules can match on more than destination and port, source address, packet length, even fragment flags, letting the match describe an attack shape precisely, not just its target. The action isn't always drop either. A rule can instead cap the matching traffic's rate or redirect it into a scrubbing service for closer inspection before deciding. Because a badly written rule could accidentally block legitimate traffic across an entire network, most providers only accept FlowSpec announcements from trusted, carefully validated sources. This same mechanism scales across provider boundaries too. One network under attack can ask an upstream provider's routers to drop the flood even farther from the target, closer to its true source. One rule, written once, carried by BGP to every router that needs it, and an attack that used to require frantic manual logins now dies at the edge in seconds. One system demystified. Next time a network shrugs off a flood without a single router being touched by hand, you'll know BGP FlowSpec made it possible. Check out our other videos and follow how it all runs for more. See you in the next one.